So this is a clear example of when a film lies with its marketing. Greetings my fancy viewers, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about Presents. Directed by Steven Soderbergh, and is about a family that moves into a new home that is haunted by a ghost. But the cool thing about this film is, the entire film is shot with the ghost's POV. Okay, so what do I mean by this film lying with its marketing? Well, this film was marketed as one of the scariest films you'll see this year. One of the scariest films of the decade. This film will make you shit your pants, it's so scary. I would like to know what movie y'all saw because this is not a horror movie. This is a family drama movie that happens to be circled around this ghost that's haunting the house. It's not even scary. It's not like, say, like Hereditary, where that film is circled around family drama but is terrifying. No, this film is just a ghost watching this family bicker and argue. Like, the best example I can give is, like, you ever been to a friend's house before, and, like, your friend's parents are arguing for some reason? You're just standing there, kind of, like, awkwardly, like, ooh, should I leave? Should I stay? Should I go? That's this entire movie. It's just the ghost watching this family bicker for an hour and a half. I mean, I'm not joking when I say there is not one single scary moment in this movie. There might be a intense moment here and there, maybe like for a second or so, but I'm telling you, this film just left me more bored than anything. It's not scary. It's not even like a psychological horror where it's more like the mind that's causing all the scares. No, it's just a family drama. That's it. Like, there's nothing scary about this film. But I don't let the marketing of a movie change my opinion on what I think about it. That's the studio's fault for having false advertisement. That's like the marketer's fault and everything. So, what do I think about the film itself? It's fine. Like, it's nothing special, but it's decent. I'll start off with some positives first. First thing is, I love how this film is shot. I love how it's in the entirety of a POV of the ghost, and how the camera sort of like floats around the house. Like how the ghost is like floating, and you're watching the ghost's movement. The camera work here is expertly done. Every single scene in this film is a one take, or at least made to be like a one take. And it's expertly done. Very, very well done with its camera visuals and the cinematography. The lighting and visuals look great. The inside of the house and the set designs and everything is spectacular. It's like a very average home, but it's very like claustrophobic in many ways, especially when the ghost is like moving around the house. You feel like all the tight corners, you feel the tight presence of the house. I mean, everything here, cinematography-wise, is A+. It's very, very well done. I also really like the sound design too. I love like the creakiness of the floors and the footsteps echoing throughout the house. All the sound design stuff is really great. And I love the music too. This is a very somber movie because it has some pretty somber messages and themes in it. So it has like this very somber, just piano. Nice and soft, like you feel like the weight of the film's message and morals because of this music. The music, sound design, and cinematography, all that stuff is A+. I loved all the technical stuff with this film. Well, most of it. I'll get to one thing I didn't like in a minute. And as for the performances, there are two specifically that I really liked. First is Kalina Lang, who plays the daughter of the family. She is very, very good here because a lot of her performance is through her facial expressions. She doesn't talk a lot in the movie, so she has to convey what she's feeling through her face, and she does a very good job. Her character has gone through a pretty traumatic event, so she has to like deliver all this pain and suffering that she's going through, mainly by her face, and she gives a excellent performance. I also really like the performance of Chris Sullivan, who plays the dad of the family. He does a very good job playing just his regular suburban dad who's just trying to, be there for his daughter and care for his daughter because, his daughter's going through a tough time. He just reminded me of very, loving, caring dad, and I thought he did a great job. He's doing this part of trying to keep the family together because the family's just kind of falling apart at the seams. And you can just tell, all the weight and stress on him is just, taking a toll on his character. His acting of just trying to be, the dad, of just trying to keep the whole house afloat, pretty much, is very, very well done. I loved his and Kalina Lang's performances. Those two performances elevated the film for me a lot, because without those performances, I definitely would not have liked this film as much as I did. And that's kind of all that I have to say positive, because there are a few things here that just freaking irked me to death. Not including how there are zero scares in the film. Like, at that point, I was just already done with, like, that complaint, because it was like, okay, it's not a scary movie, it's just a ghost watching the whole family. But my other complaints? Oh boy. Let's talk about the editing, because in my opinion, this is one of the most annoying editing choices for a film I have seen in a very long time. It's the one technical thing I did not like about this film. So you know how I said how every shot is one take, right? That's cool. It's very, very well done. But for some reason, there's no proper like transition from one scene to another. After every scene, it's a cut to black. Every single scene, it's a cut to black. Imagine watching my videos and every single scene just cut to black, except it's for an hour and a half. By 30 minutes in, I was getting just frustrated by this choice. Like, could you not think of any other creative way to go from one scene to another? You had to just fade to black every single time? Why? Like, why? It's so annoying. I felt like I was watching like TikToks or something, because it was going from one scene, up, cut, next scene, cut, next scene. There wasn't any proper flow between each scene. They were both just... It's just not well done. Like, why would you do this choice? But my biggest complaint about this film is the mom character and the son character. These two, in my opinion, are some of the most annoying, worst characters I have seen in a horror film in a very long time. Now, they're not written in a way where you're supposed to hate them. They're supposed to be annoying, kind of, but at the end of the film, they want you to care about these two characters. And I could give two shits about these characters. They are some of the most selfish, annoying, most cynical characters I have seen in a film in a very long time. The son is just your typical annoying teenager. Now look, I was a teenager before, I know teenagers are annoying. But this guy is just a prick. I mean, he's just selfish, he's mean to his sister all the time. He has zero redeeming character traits about him, except for one thing that he does at the very end of the movie. But at that point, I could give two shits about his character. I mean, he's just a prick. He's one of the most just selfish brothers characters I've seen in a very long time. And the mom? Ooh, she is literally one of the most disgusting moms I've seen, just point blank, in any horror film. She gives zero shits about her daughter. Zero. I mean, her daughter's going through this really tough tragedy of losing a friend, but yet she gives more shits about her son and his swim meets and how he's like the top of like his swim class or whatever. Like, she doesn't care that her daughter is like going through depression, anxiety, and all these different things. She's just like, meh, she'll grow out of it. She'll grow out of her anxiety. She'll grow out of her depression. Like, she gives zero shits about her daughter. Like, she just cares more about her son. Like, and at the end of the movie, like, something happens between the mom and the son, and I just didn't care. The movie's supposed to be like, oh, this heartfelt moment. No. Just no. Like, I could not care at all. And for some reason, I don't know why, this film decided to add in this awkward, romantic, sexual tension between the mom and the son. It goes nowhere in the film. It's just like a couple scenes where it's just very like the mom is weirdly touching the son, and the son's like okay with it, and like the movie doesn't explain why that happens. It's just such a weird sexual tension between these two characters, and at that point, I was just crawling in my seat like, this is the scariest part here. What's happening right now? Like, no. Like, I don't want to watch this. This is awful. Like, I'm just confused by this film. It's not scary at all, even with the advertisements of it being a, like, scary film. Like, it's just bland. Like, it's just a basic family drama that has no coherent, like, structure to its story because of its editing. There's nothing, like, really going on for its story because the story is very just basic. The scares aren't there. The mom and son character are some of the worst I've seen in a film in recent memory. Like, and I don't hate this film. I don't, because I love most of the technical stuff in this film, and some of the characters are really good, and there are a few creepy moments that actually, made me just, feel a little unnerved, but not scared. Like, it's not awful, it's just, this is just a nothing movie, in my opinion. Like, I kind of liked it in some cases. In my opinion, this would have been great as like a short 30-minute film, but in my opinion, this one was a huge letdown. Which is why I will bestow upon Presents the Bronze Top Hat. It's not an awful movie, it's just meh. To all my fancy viewers out there, thank you so much for watching, and have you seen Presents? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. And first time here and you like what you've seen, be sure to subscribe for more content. I hope you have a fantastic night, and as always, stay fancy.